I remember 2 years ago, my now 17-year-old was 15, and I used to argue with him every day about charging his cell phone. I need to have access to you all the time. Make sure you charge your cell phone. And he just refused to do it because that's what teenagers do. And so one day he went out to visit a friend in downtown Boston without a charged cell phone. It died, and he was taking public transportation and couldn't figure out how to get home. So I realize now that if he had have called me, I would have immediately dropped what I was doing to rush to find him and to rescue him. Also, really upset driving down there because it was probably taken away from time that I didn't have. But in that situation, he realized that he didn't have access to me. So he talked to the bus driver and said, "Hi, I'm lost. I don't know how to get home. This is where I need to go. Can you help me?" And he said he had a nice conversation with the bus driver, and the bus driver helped him get home. And it was just such a wonderful experience, or it helped, what you were saying helped me recall that, because now this child, he charges his phone every day.
I'm so glad you shared this story. I love this story so much because it illustrates a couple of things, right? One is you're focused on the product. You want him to have a charged phone. And how did you do that? You told him what to do. We might use the word nag, although I'm sure if you asked your son, he would say nag. And what happened? The phone never got charged, right? And so I think this is an important part of the story to note. Sometimes in our quest to tell how to do something, to fix the product, we actually make it worse because we wind up pushing against their resistance, right? They're less likely to do it when we're telling them what to do, right? But he didn't listen. He goes out, gets stuck out in the world. It wasn't the terrible catastrophe. He had to figure it out for himself. He had failed, and he had to sort out a problem-solving solution himself. And what did he do? He did it beautifully. He did it in a way that got him social connection, got him a great story that I'm sure he's telling, you're telling, and so on. And now we see a different result, which is like that phone is charged all the time. When we prevent our kids from experiencing their own negative consequences, we're actually preventing not just their learning, but in some ways their success, right? Is that like one trial learning is going to get them up and running, but it would feel really bad. You noted, I love that you noted in this story that if he had called, I wouldn't have been like, well, figure it out because you got stuck because your problem for not, you would have immediately helicoptered in and rescued him. And you would have deprived him of this opportunity of solving it themselves. Sometimes we might get that call. Maybe not in this extreme a situation, but sometimes we might get something where we want to solve it. And I think we might want to say, no, maybe you should problem solve and figure it out yourself, right? This is the situation that you built. Let's see you problem solve it yourself. That's parenting for the future, right? That's focusing on the process. And good for you that this happened, that now he learns you'll never have to bring up charge the cell phone ever again.